Hello, everyone. Welcome to the farm. So happy to be here with you today. And I call this the farm because we're always trying to plant seeds in our life that will bring growth, abundance, evolution, harvest, and good things, right? Right. I just want you guys to know I love you. Thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes. I appreciate it so much. Your comments are just awesome. Some of you make me laugh. Some of you make my heart go out. And others of you just make me, I'm just really happy to be a part of your existence. Thank you so much. I hope everybody is doing awesome today and the kids are all awesome and, the family's doing great. So I'm here for a collective reading. This will be for everybody. And I pulled a card last night, and kind of contemplated on it for a while. Some of these cards are so deep, I really like to look at them. The Sword, Truth. This is 62. And, what all is the Sword of Truth? We have heard, I know everybody that is at this reading has heard the Sword of Truth. We should always carry it with us. Well, the Sword of Truth is the Word. And, this protects us so much by being truthful with our words that any kind of low-level energy cannot approach it. It's literally like when you use the sword of truth and you cut falseness and lies and illusions out of your life changes for the better. Things become clearer. It's less confusion. There's more clarity. And the most important thing you can do in your world is to walk in truth. Now, I've been both. I have been a person that would walk in lies. And I did for probably the first 32 years of my life, first 33, until I got a vision of Jesus. And let me tell you, after that, after what I saw from, there was 3 visions in one night that I had, and the last one was of the crucifixion. It literally, it was so dark in that place. It was a very, very, very dark place on that hill. And when I come out of that vision, I promised to start walking in the truth, because to tell you the truth, it terrified me. The vision, the violence of it, and the horror, and the reality of his blood spilling all over me and the planet Earth. It was not a pretty sight. It was not something anybody with a good mind would have wanted to be involved with. And as I said, on that hill, it was dark. The hill of Golgotha, I think they call it. I hid this for a long time, only told those closest to me. I didn't go around shouting, "Oh my God, I saw this," because this was pretty scary to me. And I didn't want to put that burden on others. I didn't want to scare others. And over time, and I still don't want to scare anyone. But what it did was set me on a road of investigation of, what was behind the veil? What is going on back there? And, was it right? Was it fair? What happened? And it did. It really did. And one thing, like I say, my first vow to God was, I will tell the truth. I will learn to stop lying and be a truthful person. And it is all because of what I saw, on the cross. Jesus. And Jesus was my first introduction into the spiritual world. And it was a rough one. It was very rough. And now I've had many more. I think you call them initiations, right? Many initiations with many spiritual guides. And some nicer than others. But, in the spirit world, well, I don't want to say, you can't die over there, but you're already on the other side. So probably your body is laying somewhere else, somewhere waiting for you to come back when you step across the veil. This represents our words. You see, word is in there, sword and word. We will be held to our words, and our words will be held against us. And we have that practice here on this planet. Now, the reason all this come up is because of fear. Fear. God wanted me to tell and talk to the people, the Creator, about fear. Fear is an emotion, and what you fear, you can draw to you. And we do not want to draw to us things that we fear. And to speak about these things can also draw them to you, especially if you're in an emotional state and need to have lessons or have lessons waiting for you or evolution coming. You want to stay out of fear as much as possible. You do not want to fear. You want to replace fear with faith and hope. We got a full moon coming up. And we got eclipses. And to tell you the truth, this morning I woke up and I had a tad bit feeling of fear and anxiety. And I'm like, wow, where's that coming from? I haven't felt that for a while. What world's going on? And so I wondered if there was a possibility that others may be feeling this too. And so it kind of goes with this sword and the word. When we walk in truth, we have nothing to fear. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil that shall come against me. If you're walking in truth, then you may have experienced a lot of, things that were coming against you. But we are now walking into a new world where the truth and speaking the truth can help bring order out of the chaos. That's what God wanted me to say. The word brings order out of chaos. When you speak truth, hard truths, when you tell people how you see them and how their actions have affected you, there's a possibility that you could help bring them out of chaos as well. A lot of people do not even see themselves as they really are. And if somebody is hurting you or stepping on your boundaries or causing you to feel intimidated, causing you to feel fear, ideas are energies, they're spirits. If you get these in your head and you feed them and allow them to multiply, they will. And eventually, it won't be very fun. That's why we stand up to these things and, we face them out loud. We speak the word, even to ourselves. I am not afraid. I walk in truth. I am a child of the universe. I am here to help make things better. And therefore, I know I'm protected. Because life is life, and life is for the living, and life is for making good things happen for the living. It's about abundance. It's about life. Life is sacred. Death is sure. So we don't spend our time worrying about things that are out of our control. we allow ourselves to believe in a benevolent universe that loves us, no matter, the name. Let's just call it a benevolent, creative universe. And we are a big part of it. I mean, really think about what a big part of this universe we are. We're literally alive. We've created our own little world, the towns, cities, um, and I, in my own stance, believe that every one of the planets and that which created them are alive as well as this planet Earth, and that they look upon us and they watch us and they wait their turns to come down here. We wait our turn as we watch life go on this planet. And there are those up there watching us and thinking that we are hoping that we're going to be the begin of the evolution of making this a more honest, trustworthy place. Because listen, without truth, there is no peace. You cannot live in peace if you're surrounded with lies, right? Peace comes from clarity, from a solid mind, a solid heart, a solid body. All these things joined together, and emotions. You've got 4 directions. They should all be centered, and you should, be involved with all the elements of your body and bring them together in truth and honor. And when you do this, you walk in peace. I noticed that instantly when I began telling the truth. Like I said, if anybody ever wants to, I've told parts of my story. I wasn't the best person in the beginning, but I felt like at that vision that I was given an opportunity to know that there was something bigger out there than I had ever expected that was watching me. And that made me think, well, how did I garner the interest of somebody like Jesus? How did that happen? And what the hell is going on? And in order for me to get close to this subject and these things that were on the other side of the veil, I realized I was going to have to walk a certain path to get through those, to find the trails. And the paths that I needed to walk were actually found for me in the Bible. And one of them was to walk in truth and to walk without fear, because fear, lies will bring confusion. Confusion brings not capable of seeing what you're doing, and not capable of seeing what you're doing makes you afraid, because you don't know what's around the next corner. Is that lie going to jump out and get you? It will cause anxiety. It will cause anxiety. Now, I know a lot of you do not do this. This is for those who are afraid and have anxiety, and they live in fear. That fear comes to us because we have not been honest with ourselves. I haven't even started this reading. I couldn't stop talking. This is the creator of the universe, the behind the veils, and they're letting you know that if you are experiencing fear and anxiety, that it's time to go in and clean out your closet and, make some vows to yourself even, that you're going to do this or that, and it will help you to walk out of the dark shadows and into the light. And that's all I got to say about that. And the sword is good for cutting ties. Things that you no wonder want. Addictions. I use the sword against addictions, cutting them out of my life. And it's a good cut. When you use the sword of truth, when you begin to be truthful and honest with yourself, and your sword builds up and your backbone gets strong, and you realize that you're walking your walk and talking your talk, it makes you feel so good. And you are capable of beginning to cut things out of your life that you no longer want. It was a process. It took me years. Look, I was so at 33 years old, I was such a wild child still. I was such a wild child. And my kids had been raised by a wild child, so they were wild children as well. I didn't know these things. Jesus was a blessing. Even though, it's hard for me to talk about Jesus a lot because I saw it as torture. I saw it as a horrible thing. I felt like he would have made so much more advantage on this earth if he had have been allowed to, continue his ministry. I felt like it was a waste of life. Yeah, that's the truth. I just got to tell you the truth. And the energy that I felt, it felt that way too. I went into mourning for years. I mourned his death for years. And I can only think that I did that because I saw it. When you see something like that, and you see a man murdered on the cross, and, the blood falls all over you, it is not, it's not, you're like, no, that's not how I want to approach God. No, that's not it. Okay, so let's roll the dice. We have Virgo going into the moon right now. We're going to have a full moon in Virgo. No, Libra. Yes. It's going to be in Libra, I think. So we are right now in Virgo and the moon and her. So we might be feeling that we're not doing enough practically, There might be some feelings of, Virgos are really hard on themselves, right? I know, because I'm a Virgo. So I'm not sure what's going on, but just make sure you give yourself plenty of self-love. I don't care if you're male or female. Give yourself love. Be compassionate with yourself. And stand up for your rights to walk in the truth and the light. We have Aquarius. We have 8, what goes around comes around. I can't think of the name of it. What goes around comes around. And we have Mercury. Okay, so we're talking about, we're talking about karma. And we're talking about what you put out, you get back. And we're talking about Aquarius here, which is all about expanding, revolutionary, new ideas, thinking out of the box, humanity. It's the collective. It's the energy flow between, wherever you send your energy and whoever's sending energy towards you. Right now, I am sending you guys energy. And basically, it's about communication. We got Mercury there, technology, energy, communication, and getting back what you put out. And that would come into play when we talk about being a truth teller, because when you begin to start walking in truth, let me tell you something, ain't a lie get past you. Not a lie will get past you. Nobody be able to lie it. Because you know your own truth. You walk and step in your own truth, and you ain't no different than me. I'm no different than you. And so the vibrations make you very aware when you walk in truth. If you hear, the vibrations tell you whether people are being truthful or not, and you will understand that. It helps you to learn the language of God, the language of truth. And not only that, if you walk in truth, you're working for God, the Creator. because he didn't create this place to be chaos. Can you imagine destroying this planet Earth through chaos because of people that don't stand up and walk in the truth? That they let lies like money is more important than people, or money is more important than animals, money is more important than trees, money is more important than water, money is more important than air, money is more important than pollution in the planet. We don't want to be like that. We got a beautiful white flower here, a 5-petal flower. Might as well say a star, right? A star. A star shines bright. It hides nothing. That's why I know that the universe is benevolent, that we have spirits that aren't evolved, that have run from evolution. And we could call those spirits, when they were alive, they were probably maybe, I don't know, lowly evolved mankind, or people who had ulterior motives and in their own interest and their family interest. Possibly could be those spirits too. We got the moon, which reveals all things that are hidden, right? The moon reveals if there have been lies told to you. Once you become a truth teller, God reveals everything. The Creator will never let you walk without seeing what's going on around you. That's the wonderful thing. Even God says, right, in the Bible, I reveal what is hidden in the dark. I am of no religion, but I have read God's word in all religions and in all, even in Indians, the Aborigines over in Australia, God's word, they believe in the rainbow serpent in Australia. God's word is everywhere, in every nation, in every culture, in every tribe, in its own way. The black swan. Swans mate for life. Yeah, swans mate for life. Well, I don't know what to think about that swan other than to say that you guys are gliding through the things that are hidden, are being revealed by the moon, and you're blooming and you're working in love. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so let's put this over here and let me get a drink of water. Thank you. Okay, so I figured we might be doing more just plain old channeling today, and I thought maybe we will open up the deck, the storm and the venom of the wild unknown archetypes, where basically it is every human feeling, emotion, and thought has been examined and understood in this tarot card deck. I love these. Okay. If you guys are still here, please like and subscribe. As sharing is your business, I usually don't ask, but please like. Thank you. Helps me, they say, to get out into the algorithm. You guys have supported me so much, and I am so grateful. Okay, Holy Spirit, what more would you like to say on this topic? What would you like to say to the collective about the sword of truth, or maybe we're moving into a new subject? Be pilgrims. XX. Pilgrims. Well, we all know a pilgrim is somebody who's walking into a new space, right? The pilgrim moves from one state or one place into another. It's all about moving forward and not looking back. It's about communicating with those around you, sharing energy, emotions. It's give and take, give and take, give and take. And give and take is actually what 8 is, right? Let me see if I can get up there. See where I can't I can't pronounce the name of it. I got it in my head, but I don't know how to say it. But anyway, the pilgrim. Moving forward into a new state of being, a new place, exploring new areas of life that will push you forward into your next era. Because we don't stay at 40 forever. We eventually move up to 60. We don't stay at 30 forever. We eventually move up to 40, right? We grow, we age, we mature, and we want to make sure that we are keeping all of our elements, in order. I can't even see what this is, but the pilgrim is somebody that's walking out of the mist, basically, moving into or walking into the mist, actually, right? Because you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're going to do, and you don't know how you're going to do it. And that is how all initiations are. When we are initiated into something, such as now, it's an important time to initiate oneself into truth, because truth brings peace. When you know what's going on around you, you know what to expect. When you know what to expect, you're at peace. When you know what's going on, you're at peace. When you know that the routine is going to be solid, you're capable of sitting down and doing other things because you ain't worried. You have that free time. That's what boundaries and stuff are all about. Enabling one to get some free time to give to oneself. So as a pilgrim, starting into some kind of new place you're going through that's mysterious, and all of us going into this new place, that could be where a little of the fear and the anxiety come from. Hey? Now, I don't know if you guys felt it, but I did. And if you did feel it, give me a holler and a yell, okay? And if you didn't feel it, then okay, here I am. I'm talking about what I went through, and, love you guys. I'm just saying I didn't. It felt collective. It felt like, because a lot of people also were talking about fear. Now, when I feel fear, I lay down and meditate. But I hadn't felt it for a long, long time. And it was a little odd to me. And I don't give in to fear. I'd be like, I don't give in to fear. I don't like fear. I don't like feeling helpless. I don't like feeling helpless. I don't like feeling like something got a hold on me. I'd be like looking for it so I can go ahead and get the confrontation over with. I do not like waiting for something to pop up. I don't like it at all. Okay, so the pilgrim, I'm wondering if I shouldn't read the book. And where is the book? Here we go. Let's read this book, The Pilgrim. We are at 20. I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. I love you guys, and I appreciate you. I really do. The Pilgrim, the Wanderer, the Traveler, the Apprentice. For the pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetypical wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. But the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door towards a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon. Your spirit needs it. When you're in the light, pilgrim, you learn, you grow, you adapt, and you study. If you're in the dark, you're aloof, non-committal, and flaky. Go deeper, the road not taken by Robert Frost, Mammon. We also have, even in the stillness of meditation, the pilgrim feels the movement of the heart towards what it loves. And I got one more to read here. I love this book. First time I got this card. We all have a deep longing to answer the call, to get unstuck. What are the obstacles between you and the door? It's funny, Jesus said he was the door, didn't he? Jesus said that he would open the door. And truly, 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 for me, Jesus did. Now, do I worship Jesus? I don't worship God whatsoever. I love God. And I believe that God is as much a benefit to me as I am to God, that we help each other out. I help bring truth, and he helps protect me while I'm bringing out the truth. It was never about worship. It was about learning to love yourself. It was about learning to love yourself as a creation of God. Why would God create you to steal your life, to worship him for the rest of your life? This is about loving yourself and learning the power, going on the adventure of learning the beautiful mysteries and powers that are within you. With just a few, the universal laws are the only rules we have. They are not bad. They are good. They are for everybody. Universal law is for everybody. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not play with thy neighbor's wife, or thou shalt not play with thy neighbor's husband, because that causes horrible things to happen. And what else? Thou shalt not hurt thy neighbor's animal. If you do, he'll give you one back. The Ten Commandments are fairly based upon universal laws. Now, I don't preach the Bible. I don't preach church. I don't preach at all, actually. I'm just saying these were the teachings that helped me to get where I'm at today. And I had to use the stepping stones available to me to understand what I needed to understand what I had went through and was going through and continue to go through, which was initiation after initiation, deeper and deeper and deeper into the mysteries of the spiritual world. And so God's saying, be a pilgrim. I noticed a few tarot cards been coughing and their throats been giving them problems. The darkness is real. Liars, cheaters, thieves are real. There are people who practice black magic. I don't like to talk about it much. It is energy, just as we saw here in Aquarius. Black magic is energy. It is something that flows out into the collective. So if there are groups of people that don't want the collective to grow, which is a possibility, because the smarter we get, the wiser we get, the more we attain to claiming independence and equality, because we are all made equal, right? So everybody should have the same equality of what I fight for day to day, as everybody deserves the best education, everybody deserves the best medical, everybody deserves to have a home. The basic needs, everybody deserves to have them covered, right? I mean, birds, wolves, bears. Well, even they try to kill the birds, the wolves, and the bears too, and take land from them and tell them they can't live either. It is a day where we must stand up. And I really think we all should refer back to we the people in the Constitution, that our forefathers, our ancestors wrote for us to be protected from the corporations and government. And if you don't know about the Constitution, please look it up. We the people. And, they could be sending out things, energy to cover and bring darkness and confusion and illusions upon the people. Because, they have the most benefit from it, because in all actuality, they own the world right now, and we're just working for them. Even though our ancestors built the world, our ancestors built the hospitals, our ancestors built the dams, our ancestors built everything. And we still have to work for it. The orphan, 5. Ooh, that's tough. That's a hard energy. The orphan. Some of you may be feeling alone, rejected, abandoned, forsaken. You have not been. This is things that you think have been made to think. You will never be an orphan in God's universe. You always have the opportunity to reach out and ask for help from the universe. Never, ever, ever feel like you're an orphan, because the universe loves you. You are actually the spitting image of creation. Everything you see outside of you is actually inside of you. So what you see outside of you, if you love it, continue to move forward. If what's outside of you, you don't so much love it, that's something saying to you that you need to work on the inside. There's something inside of you that's stopping you from loving what you see. It's just that simple. Healing. We all got to heal. Now we're going to look at this. Number 5, the orphan. Do not feel abandoned. You've not been abandoned. There are good spirits all around this planet just waiting. So call out. I call to the Holy Spirit, the spirit of creation, the spirit that was from the very beginning. I also love the Father of righteousness. I believe in him and have seen him as well, which I wonder if he was not Jesus. I just am not sure. And also the Mother Earth, who is so abundant and very giving and sharing with all of her everything she offers. Wood, she never charged anything for the wood, for the fruits, for the vegetables. They charge, not her. It all came free to them. Okay, the orphan, the wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. I've been there. I've been the beggar. I've been the wounded, the orphan child, sitting on a corner, standing on a corner, holding a sign. I've been there. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage. So true. So true. And it can happen to anybody at any time with the wrong move, the wrong choice. And this is really something we need to stand up against, because our children coming into this world are so important. We are in a time of universal orphanage, of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is a collective. It's the first time I got this card too. It is normal to fear this card, as it haunts the caverns of the soul when it appears. Take time, real time, to be in the pressure of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. When light, deep solace, deep acceptance, and deep love, when dark, distanced, hates, and avoids controlling, limiting. Go deeper, read Mary Oliver's The Kitten. So the orphan is the one that is actually Aquarius in reverse, where they feel like they are against the world, that they are against, that God is against them, that creation is against them, or that, they have the worst life ever. Those thoughts manifest. And that's why it's so important to remain calm, have faith and hope, and believe that God or the good will come your way. I said that I am following the good. I didn't know who to follow after my initiations. It was kind of scary because I saw a lot of stuff, and I will talk more about them as we go. And if anybody's got any questions about them, just ask and I'll talk about it. It's not something I'm supposed to hide. I'm supposed to allow these things to come out because they are a testimony to the power over the veil. Because anything that's done in the material world gets done in the spiritual world first. It is grown in the spirit. It is in your mind. It's an idea, whatever, a tree. It grows in the darkness before it emits itself into the light. And everything takes time. So you are loved. No one is ever alone. Even your passed over ancestors would be with you in love. Allow them to love you. Allow yourself to love you. I've held myself like this and I've said, everything's going to be all right. Everything will be all right. As I patted my own self on the back and told myself that was from God, from Creator, giving me courage to move forward, giving me courage to know that I would get through paying my dues that I owed. Just because you do things in ignorance and don't know better, just because you've seen everybody or anybody do things that are wrong and you do them too, and you just think that's the way it should be, it doesn't mean that you won't have to pay back the piper. You have to pay. I paid my karma. I paid my dues. I was willing to do that. And not only that, I think I had it felt like the forces of hell against me. And that made me mad. Right? That's why to this day, I'm not afraid of the devil, Satan, or any of them. Come on in, and I will slay you with my sword of truth. That's right. And that's how you talk to the spirits that are around you that make you feel inadequate. Come on in here and let me whop off your mind. Because you are not the truth. You are a lie. I am very adequate. One more card, guys. The village. It takes a village to raise a child. The village, home, the house, the people, the love, right? And why do we walk in truth and justice? We do it for the village. We do it for the house, the home, and the people we love. Why do we work on our healing? We do it for the village, for the house, the home, and the people we love. Because we know when we're better, they're better. We know that when we learn things, that we can teach things. We know that what we see and feel is very important to the younger children around us to see and feel how we see and feel about things. Of course, we let them make up their own minds, but we also have opinions that can help them, lead them, guide them positively to, you know, be good to themselves and others. And also, they need to learn karate and kickboxing, because not only do they want to be good to others, but if others aren't good to them, they have defense. It's a bit of the light and the dark all mixed together. Yeah, I'm the sweetest thing you ever saw, but if you come at me, I'm going to kick you in the teeth. Right? You need to protect yourself at all times. And let me tell you something else. Nothing makes your confidence feel better than being able to defend yourself, whether with words or in a physical attack. You want to be able to defend yourself. Defensive fighting is the best thing anybody can learn for their self-esteem, especially if you fear what goes on around you. If you have fear, then go get you a coach. Go spend $25, $30 a week and learn how to box and kick and, run, whatever, fight you want to have. But to defend yourself will make your self-esteem feel really, really good. The vision. I love this. The owls represent wisdom. Defend yourself with the sword, the shield, the armor. The armor of truth, the sword of truth, the shield of truth will protect you through everything. There is nothing that can break truth, because truth is as solid as a cement block. And when you stand in your truth, don't be moved. Don't be moved. Stand up for yourself and what you believe in, and speak your truth always. The vision. Okay, I'm going to read this card too. We got the moon, exposure. We got the man has made it to the center of the mountain. We got the hands above and the hands below. And we got two wise owls in the tree. And it looks like a medallion, which could also be a seed. There's a lot going on here, guys. I'm going to bring it a little closer. Look in there. So it's making it to the mountain, right? It's gaining the wisdom. It looks like time, time. It looks like a story over time. And the protection of the hands from above and the protection of the hands from below. Yeah, and a full circle too. A full circle. The hands help make the full circle. Also looks like an egg. The snake skins look like an egg. So this is all about, I feel, hibernating or hermiting, diving in deep into the fires, the pits of your soul, going in deep, looking at yourself, and coming back out under the rainbow. Yeah, for a new life and a new world.